Holy moly, according to this, there's 6.6 million people that file for job claims, unemployment claims, paycheck from the government claims, okay? Right now. Couple of points off this. Number one, just a couple of weeks ago, I came out and I said that unemployment is going to be 6 million to 9 million people. I'm on record. You can go watch my video just a couple of weeks ago when Bank of America said that unemployment is going to be 3 million. I said, no way, dude. They're lying to us. It's going to be 2 or 3 times that amount. And just a few days later, we can see that I was nailed it right on the coffin. 6 million, but I think it's going to be pushing to 9 million, guys. 9 million Americans going to be unemployed. They're not going to have jobs. Okay. Now, this brings me to 3 points, but one of the points I've already made, but all this conclusion is that this is what I call a subject to heaven. This is what I call the best opportunity to be a real estate investor. Not because the prices of real estate is going to go up. No, 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 no. The prices are going to go down, and that's why it's the best opportunity. Back in 2016, 15, 14, everyone else was getting into real estate. I got out of the real estate because it was the worst time to be a real estate investor. In 2020, with 6 million people that are filing for unemployment, many of these people, I would say half of them, have homes and they have car payments and they have, so on. And 3 million people are going to, half of those people are going to be defaulting at the very least. They're not going to be able to make their payments, even if there's programs out there, forbearance programs where, the banks are going to allow people to not make payments for 6 months or 12 months or whatever. After that time, these homeowners have to come up with all the money at that time when the time runs out, when the grace period runs out. And majority of Americans are not going to be in a situation because they're filing for unemployment. They don't have any cushions. They don't have any money to the side. They're living hand to mouth, the living paycheck to paycheck, but they have the nicest cars, the nicest this, the nicest that. Their houses may be full of stuff, but again, they don't have any cushions. Okay, so since 2016, I've been warning everyone that one, we're gonna have the biggest real estate crash, and it's gonna be a subject to heaven. Boy, bullseye. Since 2006, I've been saying the biggest crash is gonna come in the stock market. Bullseye. Okay, and I feel like, in my opinion, not financial advice, the stock market's going to go down more, ladies and gentlemen. Now, my second point of making this video, besides that, there's 6 million people without jobs, which means many of these people, millions of people, are not going to be making payments on their house payments. Okay. The other thing I want to on this video is that notice how the U.S. media paints it. Look, let me read it. It says that recorded 6.6 million filed jobless claims as coronavirus grips the economy. But the reality is that the fact are 6.6. That's true. People filed unemployment. But this is where America media changes the story. It's not because 6 million people lost their jobs as of the coronavirus grips the economy. No, 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 no. That's the buffoonery. That's how they fool everyone. 6 million people lost their jobs for these reasons. Number one, Big Brother endless wars, too much debt. Number two, Federal Reserve printing of money, manipulation of the markets. Okay, so those are the two reasons. Too much, and third is too much debt. Those are the three reasons that there is 6.6 million people losing their jobs. But if you listen to Fox, NBC, any of these media, they're all blaming it on the corona, right? They're all blaming it on the corona versus the reality of too much debt, the reality of getting everyone into debt, from the states to corporations to the average people. And this mind shift, this paramount of thinking needs to shift if we want to survive as human beings, ladies and gentlemen, because we cannot constantly live in a society where everyone has everything, but they haven't worked for it. They don't really deserve it because they haven't put the work in. Nature doesn't work like that. So therefore, we can't try to force it to become reality in a concrete bubble city. And the reality is that if we are going that route, then every one of us is going to be a slave to the Fed to the central bankers, which is the story here today. The Fed, the central bankers, the dirty bankers own 80%, 90% of all the real estate commercials in the world, one way or another, through mortgage securities, through, owning the note. So in reality, we think we have stuff, and because of the manipulation by the Fed and other powers to be, we feel like we have equities in our homes. We feel like we have equities in our stocks, but at any moment it can be taken away. So the point number two is, ladies and gentlemen, that most of the newspapers, most of the TVs are fooling the people, saying, look, we're having massive job loss, we're having massive stock cuts, we're having massive equity losses. You're suffering and the pain is here. But it's not because anything we did. It's this little virus. It's this little virus, okay? And the truth of the fact is that the economy would have melted regardless of the bug or not, right? Again, let me say this again. Since 2016, you can go back and listen to my videos, right? I hit it on the head. I said, dude, we're having a real estate bubble. There's people building everywhere. Prices of homes in different states are going double in less than 10 years, and it's just ridiculous. And everyone's getting into the real estate, wholesalers, agents, I mean, you name it, ladies and gentlemen. And I said, you know what, it's dangerous. So these types of behavior, these types of policies is what is killing Americans. These types of policies is what enslaving Americans. These types of policy is what's making mom and dad work and still not be able to pay the bills, so they got to put it on their credit card. So it's not because of a corona, even though you try to fool people. The problems that we're having, people can't feed themselves, people living mouth to mouth, is because the encouragement of getting into debt. That's why if you have money, there's no benefits, there's no tax benefits, right? And they actually dilute your money. But you know if you're doing stuff where you're paying your taxes and stuff like that, then they give you incentives, because if you borrow money, for example, if you borrow money, you can write it as a tax write-off. But if you have cash, you can't write it as a tax write-off. And that's a very simple way to look at it, that the whole system is patting you on the back the more indebted you become. Now, they're going to lie again, besides the corona bug. This is caused by central bankers. This is caused by the Fed. This is caused by all these little banks that manipulate all the fucking stocks. And this is caused by debt, corporate debt, government debt, and the people's debt. And we have to get into a reality. We have to align with nature, where we got to first plow the ground, put the seeds, wait around, and then get the harvest, right? Or potential not to have a harvest, because that's the risk. We can't have the car and then make installment payments for the next 7 years on it. That's not the real way to do it. The real way to do it is come up with an idea, go work for it, save, make mistakes, lose some money, take some risks, build some skills, and then when you have the cash, you go buy it. That's the right way to do it. Everyone's been fooled in America. We live in the best country ever. Right, but everyone's fooled of more accumulation, more things, versus living life up, ladies and gentlemen, versus living life up. Okay, because this is the best place to live life up. This is a place where you can come and, as a refugee, become multimillionaire, as someone that lives on the wrong side of the railroad track to get on the right side of the railroad track, as the American saying goes. So there's a lot of opportunity, but the media, the propaganda, the TV, all that stuff, excuse me, fools us to accumulate more, and the suffering are the people, because the banks get bailed out, Capital One gets bailed out, Bank of America, Ford, GM, they all get bailed out, Boeing gets bailed out, the hotel, the casinos, the airlines, you name it, they all get bailed out, the mortgage brokers, everyone gets bailed out, that at the top of the pyramid, called the noblemen, right? And the kings get bailed out through us, the noblemen get bailed out, but the working class, the middle class, the lower class are the ones that are constantly affected by corruption throughout the system, ladies and gentlemen. Printing of money is straight up corruption. And if you don't understand how our money system works, then, it's hard to digest what I say. Okay. So anyways, guys, massive job losses, great opportunities upon us. Not financial advice, not trying to tell you what to do, but for me, man, I'm super stoked. I'm super pumped. I'm super happy, not for this opportunity that's in front of us. I know a lot of people are going to be suffering, and I've been warning people since 2016, but if you took so many bad risks, if you got in so much leverage, what they call leverage to make it seem good, if you got too much debt, then you got to pay the reaper, And if it's from the corporations and if it's for the individuals, it's time to pay the reaper so we could have a America again. Because what people don't understand is America became the world reserve currency because we were the production of the world. We traded goods and services for gold for other countries, and then we had the most gold in the world, and that's why we became the world reserve currency. Today is the total opposite. Today is the inverse of what we were, where we became the world power. Today we don't produce shit. We print so much money. Our money is now backed by gold. We are consumers versus producers in the story, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you want to capitalize on the market and create wealth for yourself, then you may consider downloading my owner financing for profits. I show you how to find these sellers. I show you what to say, how to negotiate, how to structure your deals, how to insure, all the stuff you may need to know. How to buy houses by just taking people's payments over. How to buy houses where the seller becomes your private bank if they don't have a mortgage. How to buy houses using creative real estate investing like leases and options and all the great stuff you can imagine. I have it in one course called Owner Financing for Profits. I teach you how to go from A to getting a deal without using your credit, without a pile of cash, without getting a loan from a bank, just using existing sellers' loans in today's market. Because as you can see, 6.6 million people, a lot of them are going to have houses, and a lot of them are not going to be able to pay on their homes. And guess what? They're going to be highly motivated, highly motivated. You can get my owner financing for profit right now for $197. Normally, I sell it for $2,300. In this course is a package, is a combo course. I've given you 3 different standalone courses. Course number 1, 42 ways to find motivated sellers for free or almost for free. I sell that course for $300. My course number 2 that's included is Owner Financing for Profits, okay? And course number 3 is No Fluff Negotiation Acquisition System. Again, those 2 courses that I just mentioned are sell for $1,000 each, plus my $300 course. You add it up, $2,300 for a limited time. The bad news is there's only 2 left. You can get it for $197. Again, I sell it for $2,300. You can get it for $197. There was 50. Now there's only 2 guys. And ladies. So don't wait around. Go to MrNoFluff.com. Download it. In my opinion, this is one of the best times to be a real estate investor because there's going to be massive blood in the streets, and there's no denying it. There's no hiding it. You know what I mean? I'm super stoked. I hope you're stoked too. And if you have lost money, your pensions, your retirement, your 401s, you better get mad at the bankers. You better get mad at the senators for spending so much money because they're about to print shitload more money, which means they're even going to wipe you out more. Peace.